So for this shower, we're going to be just doing good old cement board. It's been probably one of the longest lasting tile backer boards out there. So we're going to go old school with the cement board. It just takes a little bit more effort to cut, and then you have to waterproof it because this surface isn't waterproof. So there's a couple of steps and some time that you have to take with this. Now obviously all the foam boards that are out there, much quicker. You get right into tiling in the same day essentially. This is going to be a couple day process. I mean, you can squeeze it down into a day with getting the waterproofing on this, but you're still going to be delayed on actually tiling it just because of the waterproofing that you're going to have to do. So we're going to go through a whole bunch of different ways of going about cutting cement board, but really the primary way is just a standard utility knife. And that's one thing about this. It's really tough to be completely accurate with cement board because it doesn't cut like drywall or other material. So we're going to go 35 inches, which is just cutting a little bit off of the edge here. And we're also going to just go seam the whole shower. So we're like, let's just cut the width first. We got 48.5 inches for our total width here. The T-square here, this is basically for drywall. So you can just put that on there and just score it. Once you have it scored, you just snap it, cut it off. So as you can see, it's not exactly the cleanest, straightest cut, so you might have to clean some things up, but none of this has to be 100% accurate. Just give yourself a little bit of space so you're not like fighting this into place. Okay, and then since this is a ceiling, I am just going to put a little bit of adhesive. Obviously I know where my edge is here. I'm just going to mark, well, I can see where my joist is on that side too. So I'm just going to use a little bit of constructive adhesive. Okay, so this is just going to help adhere it to the ceiling. Probably not 100% necessary, but with the weight of tile and cement board, it's not a bad idea. So this is just like a polyurethane sealant. So with cement board screws, you want to use the screws that they come with, the alkaline resistant screws. 1 5/8 I would recommend. Okay, so hanging the wallboard, not much different than hanging drywall. We're going to do the top sheets first and work our way down. It's all personal preference, really. You can do it either way, but I find it better to have the cut pieces at the bottom of the floor. So let's start with our back. So we got a 4 foot, give ourselves like a 1/4 inch. One of the simplest ways is just to use a square and a utility knife. No, it's not hard to cut, it's just a little bit weird. It's not as accurate as, you know, like the foam boards or even drywall. Yeah, I think liquid waterproofing makes a lot of sense, especially in a basement bathroom. When we're doing a curbless shower like this, gotta do something on the floor anyways. So why, you know, I mean, you're gonna be buying enough waterproofing for the floor anyways. So to me, it's like, you know, why waste all the money for the foam board. I mean, it is definitely, I mean, this is 10 bucks a sheet. The cheapest foam board that I know is almost 30 bucks. So it's basically a third of the cost. Okay, so as far as cutting this out, it's going to be 10.5 and 25. And then 30 7/8. Okay, so easiest way to cut this is using a shop vac attached grinder. You could also use an oscillating tool. Just get a basically a concrete or even like a grout removal bit. That'll cut through there as well. Okay, so it's not perfect, but you know, it doesn't really have to be because we're going to be filling this all in and waterproofing it around. So, you know, as you can see, I kind of overcut on this side. Not a big deal, just as long as, you know, this is the substrate for the actual waterproofing. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and frame this wall up and get the other side of the shower up. All right, so that's the cement board. There's definitely something about cement board that just feels like a quality installation. You know, maybe it's just because it has the test of time and I've been using cement board for years. So yeah, I mean, it really does make a lot of sense. It doesn't really take that much more time. It is a little bit more difficult to cut and get a little bit more accurate. But in some ways, you know, for a basement bathroom, I think this is superb. So hopefully some of those tips helped you out on installing cement board. The next step is to actually waterproof this and get ready for tile.